Hello folks, G-Man here. Hey, I'm going to do some short clips for tips and tricks for fishing for largemouth bass, smallmouth bass. Primarily for my group, Bent Rods and Tackle Mods, just so I can give out some pointers and tips to lesser experienced bass anglers or people just want to improve their game a little bit. The first short clip I'm going to do tonight is going to be on wind-blown banks. There's a lot of myth that a lot of anglers, even some of the pros, think that when the wind blows into the banks, it's blowing the bait fish into the bank. Well, that is a myth. Yes, the bait fish are at the wind-blown banks, but they're not blown into the banks. Their primary food source is blown into the banks, which is the zooplankton. Uh, at this time, when the wind blows, heavy current wind blowing into wind blown or into the banks blown by the wind, your bite window will go up because the bass and a lot of predatory fish will congregate a lot thicker in these areas, and you can catch more fish. So understanding that the food source, the zooplankton, is actually being pushed into the banks, you gotta also understand that the predators that feed on the bait fish that are following the plankton into these shorelines are also tighter to cover, and even some of the shallows cover on that wind-blown side. So, knowing that, you want to also bring your bite window up by throwing into the wind and not with the wind. Because if the fish are tight into the cover and you throw up to the cover, basically almost on them, you're going to spook them. If it's hard for you to cast into the wind, and the reason behind casting into the wind is because the bait fish are moving with the wind, not against it. So the predators are facing the wind. And this is what makes your bite window go up. So cast into the wind, and if you have a hard time doing it, cast crosswind, but never cast downwind. Because if the bass is facing the direction that the wind is blowing, because it's pushing the plankton into the shorelines, with the bait fish following the plankton, it would only be natural to throw cross wind or into the wind to the banks where they're at. This will improve your bite when you're fishing the wind-blown sides, and also I like to tend to use more louder baits when I fish tight to the tight cover in the shallow wind-blown banks. I like to use poppers and spinner baits being buzzed off the top. Anything that makes a lot of commotion when I'm casting crosswind or upwind, it really gets the bass's attention in the shallow water. So again, the bait fish ain't pushed in by the wind. Their food sources, and they naturally follow. This will help you, and I hope it does. I have more short clips and tricks coming from my group, and I'll also post them on Facebook for you all to see. Hope you like it, and hope I get a lot of feedback. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have on anything I post. So, thanks for watching. Peace.